1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehouраirnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
On US 41. See store for details.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad that you are here today. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3Es. And I hope you had a great weekend. I know Jake had a great weekend because he's wearing white. And usually when he's sad, when he's upset, when it's been a bad weekend, it's all black. And he's got a white sweatshirt on today.
Not true. I wear black just because I like black.
No. But usually when you wear white, like you're wearing right now, the sweatshirt, it's usually it's because you're in a brighter mood. You're in a better. Nope.
Just because it was clean.
All right, you could have just run with me with this whole thing.
Well, you make me sound like a dark person.
No, I'm not saying.
I wear
no,
black
I'm just
every
saying.
day.
Well, you do. I'm just saying. But usually when you wear white, it's a brighter you, and you should run with that idea. Go with me with okay.
All
right.
You make me sound holy.
It's not about being holy.
Well, the color white does attribute with,
pure
greatness.
And clean, and isn't that something that aren't you trying to reach that level of being a little more pure and a little more clean and a little I don't know how this started this way. I'm so sorry because it's a lot of pressure for a young man this early in the morning. I mean, he's just not used to this. It's
you know how hard it is to clean white stuff.
It's very hard to clean white stuff. Is that where you want to start? Do you want this to be the laundry show? Is that what you want to do today?
Look at how white your shirt is.
My shirt's not. Which one? This one?
Yeah, well, your undershirt.
It's 239-479-5592. It's totally not what we're going to do today. All right, a couple of things. As pure as the wind-driven snow would be, both Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden, and that's it. Sorry, I can't even do it. The president of the United States, who last week was mentioning things about the border and people going to pay and the Border Patrol, and Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas was interviewed by Chris Wallace and asked about some of these things. Interesting how when he's on certain networks, Fox News with Chris Wallace and Jake Tapper, he kind of contradicts himself. It kind of twisted himself into a little bit of a pretzel about what's going on along the border. We're going to get to that. The former president of the United States, Donald Trump, was at a rally, and let's just say it was huge once again. I don't know how anyone could think that the former president's not running in 24. Yes, a lot of things can happen before then. I get it. But man, when you see the amount of people that show up at a rally, when you see the kind of support that he's getting, still, it's hard to imagine that he looks at the rally and he looks at the people and says, yeah, I'm just going to stay on the sideline. I have a hard time believing it. So you'll hear some of the audio from the rally over the weekend. And another thing to me that's shocking, he brought it up, and I'll talk about it because I don't mind. I know a lot of people, Republicans, just want things to go away. They don't want to talk about election integrity and what happened in Arizona with this audit. For some reason, there are Republicans who are running with the idea that there's nothing to see here, that Joe Biden actually gained 400 votes. It was, look at this, what a joke. Yeah, did you even bother to read what's in it? Did you actually bother to read what the audit said? Like, I don't understand it. Well, actually, I do understand it. It's simple, everybody. When it comes to election integrity, when it comes to the 2020 election, there are a couple of things that are really, really obvious. Number one, that there are Republicans, there are some people that are out there, there are independents, there are Democrats, a lot of people who just want to move on. They don't want to talk about it. It's just a small thing, or if it happened at all, you can't prove it, and we're just going to forget about it as if it never happened, and we're moving on to the next election. Sorry, you got to stop. You all are getting crazy now with this election integrity idea and fraudulent votes and mail-in issues, and you got to stop. We're not going to do this. We're not going to talk about this because you're going to ruin our chances to win in 22. Yeah, I might say that if you don't get this under control and call it out so that people recognize it, then you will be guaranteed to lose in 22. I mean, can we be honest for just a second? If we dismiss it, if Republicans dismiss it and say, stop it, you got to move on. You can't talk about election integrity, anything that happened in the state of Florida, the state of Arizona, any other state, just stop it because it's going to separate. It's going to hurt. Well, it'll only do that if you don't recognize that something was wrong, that something happened. And did you even bother reading the Maricopa County, the Arizona audit? Because if you did, how do you explain 23,000 mail-in ballots from persons no longer living at an address, 17,000 duplicate ballots surging after the election, 2,000 voters who voted in person but moved out of the county, 2,000 voters moving out of state? I can go on because there's a lot more. It's all in there. How? No, you don't understand, but at the end of the day, Joe Biden got 400. Well, from what? Again, there are more questions than answers that you can easily put aside. They exist. And I might make the suggestion that the second part of what I was going to say, which is this, very simple, just common sense. You do realize what was going on in 2016, right? You do realize that Hillary Clinton tried to stop Donald Trump from being president of the United States with a collusion hoax with Russia that is more and more being proven to be true, especially with the Durham indictments of Sussman and the connections with Perkins Coie and the connections with the Hillary campaign, giving money to the law firm that approaches the FBI and says, I don't work for Hillary Clinton, but I've got some information that you have to see. And then all of a sudden that information goes into a dossier, and then the circle goes around where the media picks up on the dossier and says, hey, there's something here. And then the FBI says, hey, the media's got something on Donald Trump that we got to run with. Do you see that? That happened. That's not imagined. So you think that 2020 was just an illusion? What? From the same people that brought you 2016, you think 2020 could not have ever taken place? And then when the evidence is presented in front of you, it's like, no, we can't do this. We're going to lose it. We're going to lose the next election because we're going to be fractured. The only way we're going to be fractured in the next election is if you don't admit that something went on. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm just trying to understand. Help me to understand. What was it like? Tom Cruise, is that it? Help me, help you, help me to help you. Wasn't that it? Wasn't that the quote from the movie? I'm not big on movies. It was
I'm not big on Tom Cruise.
Yeah, help me, help you, help me, help you. It was a really confusing part of the movie, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Didn't he just? I thought he wanted money or something.
Right. Help me, help you get the money. Help you, help me, help you.
That sounds right.
That's all I'm asking for. Is just help me, help you, help me get the money, or show me the money. That's it. Show me,
That's
help
what
me,
it
help
is.
you, help me. Okay. I'm just asking for help. That's all I want. You know, it's okay to talk about these things. It's okay to bring this up. It's not okay to dismiss it as if 2016 was just drama on your part, and you got to stop because Democrats didn't do anything, and there was no Trump-Russia collusion hoax, and they would never do anything like that again. And the Democrats don't do. Just asking. All right. What else? A couple of other things that are going on this morning that I wanted to get to. The culture war is an interesting one. You know, last week I brought up the culture war and how the Republicans are going to have to realize, man, I'm going to talk about this a lot. And I might talk about this to the point where Republicans get really mad at me. But I'm sorry, I think it's true. They're going to have to realize that the culture war is the big tent. The culture war is the war that's going to bring the party together. When you see everything that's gone on with the former president of the United States, when we have a culture that is telling us that Star Wars is white supremacy. No, I'm not kidding. Did you hear that? That's a new one out there. There's a science journal that is blasting Star Wars. If you're a big Star Wars fan, you are a white supremacist, apparently. There's a science journal that is offering the idea that Star Wars and white supremacy go hand in hand, and they talk about it and prove it. Maybe we'll talk about that later. You've got, I'm not kidding. Other things that have to do with the culture. You have a labor leader in the UK, the leader of a political party in the United Kingdom, who went onto a news program over the weekend to say it's not right to say that only women have cervixes. You know, this idea that birthing people. It's a head of a political party saying that. What I'm telling you is that there are less people that believe that. There are less people that believe that Star Wars is a white supremacist movie than there are the other way around. There are more of us than there are of them. And the idea that you would say, oh, we got to open up the tent and we have to bring all of these ideas into the Republican Party is nonsense. Because if you stop and fight the culture war here that's going on, fight against what the culture is telling us to do and be, you will bring more people into the tent. Doesn't that make sense? Because there's more of us that don't believe that only women have cervix. To say that only women have cervixes is not right to say. That we don't think that Star Wars is a white supremacist movie, that we don't believe in birthing people, that we think that there are only two genders, period, full stop, that man can't create a gender based on what they feel. There's more of us than there are of them, and dare I say that is probably where the Republican Party stands in a lot of ways. And if you do, then that's the side you embrace. It's not hatred. You're not hating on anybody. You're just stating facts. And there's more people that want to embrace the facts than not. And so stop being this whole, we got to big tent inclusive. We got to bring in other people, their ideologies and what they think. We got to show them that we care. Showing that you care is not by accepting what they say, even when you know on its face is ridiculous. That doesn't show somebody you care. So anyway, we're going to talk about all of these things. Yeah, I know Jake has peaked. His interest is now peaked over the whole Star Wars white supremacy thing because he's. What? Don't say it. He went for the microphone and then he pulled his finger away from the button. You don't want to say anything about it right now, do you?
I just don't know. How do you segregate the force? Like, I just don't understand.
We're going to find out. That's why you stay tuned. You see, that's called a tease. That's why you stay with me. That's why, even though it's the end of the weekend and it's not Jake Day, you have to, now you're not, see, this is a reason not to check out. It's a reason to stay with us. You like that, right? See how we do that in radio? It's fun. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about all of these things. I'll have audio from the Trump rally. I'll have audio from the DHS Secretary Mayorkas spinning himself into a pretzel. And at least the media is starting to call him out on it. I guess that's a start. All right, we'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Off to a very clear and quiet start early on. We're not seeing any crashes out there right now. 75 and 41 both running up to speed. Heading out through the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers. You got about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. Not too bad as well if you're heading on the 41 bridges in and out of downtown Fort Myers. That trip to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day we've been waiting for. Some drier air moves back in, leaving us a bit less humid today, though still warm with a high of 91 degrees, and also dry, a mix of some sun and clouds throughout the day. We keep it dry as we enter your Monday evening and overnight. Tuesday, another dry day featuring just a few clouds and a high of 90 degrees, but overall more comfortable conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A big week shaping up in Washington for President Biden's domestic agenda. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Sunday House Democrats will pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill this week and come to an agreement on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation package, despite the big differences between moderates and progressives. President Biden said, "I'm optimistic about this week." The nation's business economists now expect slower economic growth this year due to the widespread Delta variant of the coronavirus. The average price of regular gasoline rose a penny over the past 2 weeks to $3.25 a gallon, up $1 from a year ago. But the Lundberg survey says that despite the upcoming switch to winter blend gas and the expected drop in travel over the winter, don't expect a significant drop in prices due to the current high price of crude oil. Crude oil futures higher overnight. Asian markets ended higher. U.S. stock futures higher overnight. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
Water, water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
Florida's climate allows us to spend a lot of time out of doors. But if you're working in the yard, be sure to stay safe. When trimming trees or vegetation, always carefully look first for power lines. You can be seriously injured or killed if you or anything you are touching comes in contact with a power line. Remember, always stay at least 10 feet away from neighborhood power lines and 30 feet away from larger power lines. A safety first reminder from Florida Power and Light and this station.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Is it transphobic to say only women have a cervix?
Well, it is something that shouldn't be said. It is not right. But, Andrew, I don't think that...
So Rosie Duffield should not have said that.
Okay, guys, stop. There it is. Okay, I mentioned it before. The UK Labour leader, one of the political leaders in the UK, was being asked in an interview. Listen again.
Is it transphobic to say only women have a cervix?
Well, it is something that shouldn't be said. It is not right. But, Andrew, I don't...
It shouldn't be said, and it's not right. Like, birthing people is right. You can't say only women can have babies. You can't do that. Like, people have gone nuts, crazy. But why? Like, why have they done it? Have you asked that question? Like, how could somebody who has spent, and I'm looking at the gentleman, and he's probably spent well over 50 years on this planet. How does that happen? How is science somehow opinion? How did we get to the point where something that is scientific, something that is biological, all of a sudden it's really opinion because you're trying to please people because you're trying to win elections? Does that sound a little sick to you? Because if that's what's happening, that's really strange. It's not just strange, it's dangerous. Because that's exactly what it is. And so you want to embrace that ideology, or do you want to push back because more people do not believe that? You should be on that side.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family. Working together to make vehicles more useful for their community, they've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients headed toward success. Visit firsthorizon.com/unstoppable to learn how unstoppable starts here.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of Barada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Debate starts today in the House on a bipartisan infrastructure spending bill passed by the Senate last month. Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that vote will be Thursday, but dozens of progressive Democrats are threatening to withhold support unless a larger $3.5 trillion spending bill is first approved. Ahead of a partial government shutdown late this week, the Senate votes tonight on a short-term spending plan. GOP senators oppose a debt limit increase included in the measure.
Funding for most federal agencies expires after Thursday, the end of the government's fiscal year. Texas Governor Greg Abbott defends Border Patrol agents on horseback accused of being too rough with migrants and says if they're fired because of it.
You have a job in the state of Texas. I will hire you to help Texas secure our border.
Governor Abbott there on Fox News Sunday. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Off to a very clear and quiet start early on. We're not seeing any crashes out there right now. 75 and 41 both running up to speed. Heading out through the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers. You got about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. Not too bad as well if you're heading on the 41 bridges in and out of downtown Fort Myers. That trip to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day that we finally should start to feel some drier air move back in, leaving us a bit less humid today and also completely dry. We take out that rain chance for today with just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures back into the lower 90s. As we head into tonight, we remain quiet. Temperatures cooling into the upper 60s for some of our inland zones. Look for a low near about 70 degrees for our coastal areas. A few clouds, but another dry day for your Tuesday and a high near 90 degrees. Wednesday, another dry day with a mix of sun and clouds and another high near 90 degrees with a low waking up near 70. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You'd call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Space, the final frontier.
Oh!
These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise.
Oh.
Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds.
Yeah, you know, seek out the new life and blah, 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 blah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so anyway, in case you are not familiar with that, do you know what that is?
Alien stuff.
You don't know what that is?
No.
Wow, Jake the Millennial has no clue what I just played. That is the beginning to one of the most sought after, talked about, loved sci-fi TV shows of all time. You don't know what that is at all, really? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so maybe what I'm about to tell you may not make any sense to you, and you may not even know what I'm talking about and not care. That is the theme song for Star Trek, the TV show. William Shatner, Star Trek, going into space, kissing blue lady space aliens, hooking up in, you're not, you have no idea. Guy with the pointy ears, Spock, his buddy. The doctor who's super annoying but funny sometimes.
You're talking about Star Trek.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said.
You did?
Okay. All right, so you're following me, right? That's the theme song. That's the opening of the show.
I've never seen any of that.
Okay, well, do you know, if I said William Shatner, Captain Kirk, does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the guy's going into space. How about that? All right?
Like real space?
Like William Shatner, who is 90 years old, captain of the Starship Enterprise. That was the beginning of the show right there. He is going to be on Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin New Shepard rocket next month. He'll be the oldest. Is he going to be the oldest in this? Well, 90 years old. Does that make him the oldest in space?
Are we sure it's very safe to be shooting 90-year-olds into space?
No, it's absolutely not. But, you know, if you're Jeff Bezos, you gotta do something to promote this rocket ahead of Elon Musk. So
You're
what do
talking
you
about the guy, as soon as he got off of his little aircraft, he put on a cowboy helmet?
Yeah,
Or cowboy helmet.
yes, he put on a cowboy helmet. That's close. It wasn't a cowboy helmet necessarily, but it may well have been. Right. So Jeff Bezos, to outdo Elon Musk and everybody else who's trying to get into space first and wants to be the first because, it's all about promotion. But who cares if it's a 90-year-old who maybe shouldn't be there? Doesn't matter. They're shooting this guy into space, William Shatner. So from a TV show. So
who's responsible? Do they have to find?
Here's the fun.
Something?
Well, here's the fun part. Nobody has said who's paying for it. Who's paying for this guy to go in space? And nobody knows. So maybe they said it over the weekend, but when the story first broke, everybody's kind of up in the air about this. Right, because the last guy, the oldest person, was Wally Funk, 82 years old when he went up. Now he's 90, William Shatner, and
a guy with the name Wally Funk is probably indestructible.
Yeah, well, pretty much. And William Shatner has a brand new album out. I don't know what that
album promotion.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe the record label's paying for it. I don't know. It's an autobiographical album. I don't even want to play any of it because I can't imagine how William Shatner. Here's a little inside TV trivia, and maybe some of you know this, so you can confirm this with me. 239-479-5592 and help Jake out. It was a weird phenomenon in the 60s and early 70s where TV personalities would sing they wouldn't sing, they would talk. They would talk lyrics of a song because they couldn't sing, but just their voice on a song. And I think William Shatner was one of those guys, and others. That was a big thing. Even if you couldn't sing, you'd throw some famous person on an album and they would sell out because they were famous.
Reminds me of something.
What does it remind you of?
When they did that stupid We Are the World, and they made all the celebrities in the beginning of COVID do the little...
Oh, okay, right.
It was terrible.
Yeah, something like that. So, anyway, so there you go. So they're shooting Shatner into space. That's it. And nobody knows who's paying for it, and he's 90, and we cross our fingers. Hopefully he's going to be all right. 239-479-5592. The former president of the United States, Donald Trump, had a rally. You probably heard about it, or maybe you didn't. I don't know, but it was in Georgia, and there were a whole lot of people showing up to the rally. It's almost as if the guy is popular. It's almost as if there are some people who are still paying attention to what the former president is saying and what he's doing. Maybe because he's running in 24. Hard to believe that he's not going to run in 24 with the crowds that are showing up and the support that many people believe that he has. And listen, you can say it's a good thing, say it's a bad thing. It's really up to you. But certainly the former president of the United States, wherever he shows up, gets a good crowd. And listen, telling it like it is a little bit over the weekends.
We're going to fire your ultra-left-wing Senator Ralph Warnock and elect the great Herschel Walker to the United States Senate. And we're going to take back our country from these lunatics.
Take back the country from these lunatics. Is he far off? I mean, which one? I just want to make sure all of them, everybody, all the lunatics, the men, the women, the birthing people, all of them, all those lunatics on that side that the president is talking about. And again, people may not like necessarily some of the things that he says and how he says it as he's talking about, for example, the way that he speaks.
In agreement with us, but they're afraid. The people we're dealing with are evil and angry and destroying our country. They're destroying our country, and they want to go after me because they think, a big mouth. I don't have a big mouth. You know what I have? I have a mouth that tells the truth. I have a mouth that wants to save our country.
That's what he believes, and many people back him on that. May not like the way he talks. You don't like the mean tweets. How do you like the past 8 months? You like where the direction that the country's going? And again, there's that. There's that. And then, of course, the brash. You know, they don't like when he goes after the president of the United States, Joe Biden, and some of those things that he says and how he puts it. You know, listen to this, Jake.
18 months we didn't have one soldier killed, and even Biden said that. It was a mistake. He said, well, I will say that no soldiers have been killed in 18 months, and his people are screaming at him, don't say that, you stupid son of a...
Yeah, and you can imagine what was believed. But it's just, that's part of, look, some people like it, some people don't. They don't like the way he talks, and he's frank and he's open with what he says, and even with General Milley.
They moved, this Milley is an idiot. I got to know him, he's an idiot. Okay? They moved the military out first. Let's get the military out, and then after that, we'll negotiate for hostages, okay? And let's leave them $85 billion in America's finest weapons and latest equipment. And he abandoned hundreds of American citizens in enemy-occupied territory, and the press is trying to play the whole situation down like it never took place because they are among the most corrupt people in this country.
And again, you know, you listen to the former president speaking at the rally in Georgia this weekend, and you hear him say that, and, you know, you look at what General Milley did, and you think to yourself, that was pretty idiotic what he did. And so when the president says that, you're thinking, yeah, it was kind of idiotic. And the loss of life, how horrible and horrific everything was from the beginning of what they did until now, where we still have Americans there who are trying to get out. Hard to believe. You know, when he talks about the media being corrupt, anybody going to disagree with that? In a lot of ways, in what they do and how they go after you as a conservative and a Republican, and how they go after the former president. Again, they don't like what he says, but oftentimes the things that he's talking about, it resonates with people. Just a reminder that people are still tired of the way they are being treated, of the way the culture is saying you have to hop on this train and get on board because the gender fluid, CRT loving, 2 national anthems because we say so. Culture is leaving the station. And if you don't get on board, boy, you're going to miss out on a whole lot. And dare I say that the majority of the country is like, no, we don't want on the train. We don't care if you're telling us to do this. That's not where we're going. Sorry. And so, you know, I go back to what I said before. And I think it's pretty important that if the Republican Party is to grow and survive and to win elections, it's not to be more like Democrats. It's not to be more like the culture. It's to push back against the culture. You are the counterculture. The counterculture now is the Republican Party, is conservatives. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. But there's more of us, conservatives, people that understand that they don't want to be a part of what the culture is trying to make us do, than there are who agree with it. And as soon as you start pushing back, that tent's going to grow. More people are going to come to your side. All right, hold on a second. Is this right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. Joining us live from of course, Bushwood, of course. It's Carl. Carl is taking care of the greens early this morning from Bushwood and very excited about a busy weekend this weekend where the United States looked pretty darn good.
Yes, Drew, it's very exciting. I'm happy to report that I still tee off from the men's tees. I will for a while.
That's good for you.
Yeah, until I can get up to seniors, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. You know, so
good for you.
But the golf world is so excited. We finished off, the season with a bang with the Ryder Cup, of course.
Yeah.
Being played up there in Wisconsin, Whistling Straits. The home of Steve Stricker, captain, who, bring home the W. It was the first time in maybe 100, 200 years that we actually loved each other and won. But,
look at that. See? Who says we can't come together?
Yes, of course, if you listen to the news going in, they said we didn't love each other. We didn't have a chance, but in the doubles, the four ball, we came together and it was incredible. Michael Jordan showed up. And, of course, a lot of the American players are getting ridiculed for drinking beers, cold ones, with the crowd, of course.
What, they got ridiculed for that? Is that right? I didn't know that.
Well, Facebook's abuzz this morning because, that professionals are supposed to act as such. But when you're in the land of the cheesehead, in the land of the beer, you're supposed to indulge. It's not just the Packers that can put them away,
So look at that. So we had a victory for the United States in the Ryder Cup. So we should be very proud and feel pretty good about a little bit of unity for a change.
Oh, absolutely, Drew. I mean, I'm sure the liberals didn't like people watching the fact that crowds of people going, USA, USA, no mask today, USA. It was very...
And I heard they were singing the national anthem loud and proud, too. They were pretty vocal about that, right?
Absolutely. It's a time in golf where we can come together and yell, and it was beautiful.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know how much you like yelling, and unless it's Judge
Smales. The only time I really do a lot of yelling there, Drew, is when I hit the best two balls all day, and that's when I step on the rake on number 12.
Okay, we gotta go.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Right,
Good job.
Keep it in the short grass. Snowbird season is coming. So watch.
Gosh, yeah. There you go. That is true. All right, Carl from Bushwood giving us a U.S. Ryder Cup update where they did pretty darn good, if you ask him, and, we just kind of sort of did. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch this very program. We appreciate you doing that. And subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much. You just go there, and there's a link that you can click to do just that. By the way, the show is the podcast, and the podcast is the show, in case you're wondering. Let's find out what's going on with traffic up to the minute. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Palm Beach Boulevard. We have a crash near Marsh Avenue, causing just some slight delays in the Tice area of Palm Beach Boulevard. So watch out for some activity there. Also, if you're heading out through Fort Myers, we have a crash we're watching along North Cleveland Avenue, causing just some slight delays right near the Cartronics USA company. That's got injuries and some possible roadblock with it. So expect to see some slight slowdowns. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day we've been waiting for. Some drier air moves back in, leaving us a bit less humid today, though still warm with the high of 91 degrees, and also dry, a mix of some sun and clouds throughout the day. We keep it dry as we enter your Monday evening and overnight. Tuesday, another dry day featuring just a few clouds and a high of 90 degrees, but overall more comfortable conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. Storm season is approaching. Avoid complications with your insurance company. Sign up for our free pre-season and post-season roof assessment plan. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question. But more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at AnnexWealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. In studio with us is Dr. Michael Varveris. He is a concierge medical doctor. Now, doctor, in today's world, you have to wait sometimes months before you can get an appointment with your doctor. When you get there, it's at least an hour wait to even get in. You barely even speak with your doctor. How are you different?
And everything you mentioned, I'm different. What I'm trying to do is trying to provide the service that I'd want provided or I want a loved one provided. So a patient of mine will be able to see me today or tomorrow. The time spent will be what is needed. A patient might have to wait a little bit because I'm with another patient, but I'll do the same for them. You know, I keep my overhead low in my practice, and it allows me to create individual relationships, which obviously is what it's all about.
Go visit Dr. Varveris online. He's at mddocv.com. Again, that's mddocv.com. This is the doctor that gets to the root of the problem, your concierge medical doctor. Visit him online today, mddocv.com.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Yeah, some of the stories that we continue to follow and have coming up. I just don't understand, and Jake followed it, watched the whole thing for 3 hours straight. I don't understand how people are looking at the Arizona, Maricopa County, the Arizona audit of the election in 2020 and the results, and are running with the narrative that it's done. That's it. It's over. Joe Biden picked up 400 extra votes, as a matter of fact, and that's it. That. You see, they did an audit. Everything was fine. You all need to stop. Did anybody bother to read what was in the audit? Even Jake was saying before we came on the program this morning, right? You watched. Were you shocked at some of the things that they were coming up with? Let me put it shocked. Well, let me put it a different way. There was a lot there that was the opposite of what you've been hearing, which is, Joe Biden got more votes than Trump actually after everything was said and done, and it's all fine, and you people are crazy for even suggesting that something was wrong.
Definitely not the case.
Yeah.
Not even close.
So we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Just want to touch on it because I'm not really sure I understand why people don't want more pushback when it comes to election integrity issues and are not going to settle to for what the media is saying. Like, okay, whatever they say. Good, we're moving on. No, maybe not. But coming up, we're going to talk more about the border and some of the spinning, the lies that were told over the weekend. Wait to hear this.
Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's Pest Prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Getting it right. All day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It's deadline day for healthcare workers in New York. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Those unvaccinated have to get a shot by today.
Well, I'm one of them, so this is my last day at work, sadly.
That's Dr. Sarah Klein at the University of Rochester telling Fox she still has COVID vaccine concerns. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more on the deadline live.
Dave, those who work at hospitals and nursing homes in New York State are required to get a first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine by midnight tonight, while people in home care, hospice, and other adult health care facilities, those workers have until October 7th. The mandate was issued in mid-August by former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Current Governor Kathy Hochul says she's considering calling in the National Guard, as well as recruiting health professionals from other states to deal with staffing shortages that may follow. As of last week, about 16% of the state's hospital workers were not fully vaccinated. Dave.
Tony, COVID cases declined last week, 837,000 after 5 straight weeks over 1 million. Deaths rose slightly, though, to nearly 14,000. More Haitians are headed to America through Mexico after that migrant camp in Del Rio, Texas was cleared. Some were deported. Many more were let into the U.S.
I think it's about 10,000 or so, 12,000 have been released. Yes. So are we talking about a total of 12,000, or could it be even higher? It could be even higher.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas on Fox News Sunday. House Democrats keep negotiating with each other on infrastructure and a spending bill 3 times larger.
The bill already won bipartisan support in the Senate, but it faces an uncertain future in the House. Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that vote will be Thursday, but dozens of progressive Democrats are threatening to withhold support unless a larger $3.5 trillion spending bill is first approved.
Fox's Jared Halpern.
She won't have any Republican votes because this is essentially giving away the future of this country.
That's GOP Congressman Greg Murphy. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Several crashes out on the morning drive in Lee County right now. We're dealing with one along Daniels Parkway at State Road 82, causing major backups at the intersection, especially southbound along Gunnery, heading down from 23rd Street southwest toward 82. Also have a crash in an eastbound lane of Colonial Boulevard and Dynasty Drive just east of I-75. Another crash on Luckett Road west of 75, causing some slight delays. Also a crash in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Lee Street. Doesn't look like any roadblock there. North Fort Myers, you got a crash at Piney Road and Pondella Road off to the side of the road. No injuries reported with that. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day that we finally should start to feel some drier air move back in, leaving us a bit less humid today and also completely dry. We take out that rain chance for today with just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures back into the lower 90s. As we head into tonight, we remain quiet. Temperatures cooling into the upper 60s for some of our inland zones. Look for a low near about 70 degrees for our coastal areas. A few clouds, but another dry day for your Tuesday and a high near 90 degrees. Wednesday, another dry day with a mix of sun and clouds and another high near 90 degrees with a low waking up near 70. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
On US 41. See store for details.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store. It's 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, and streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can watch right there and subscribe to the podcast. We do appreciate it. So if the lips are moving, they're lying, right? Isn't that how it works with Democrats? Isn't that the old joke? It's not really a joke, is it? Because some of the things they're saying over the weekend, you've got to be kidding. You're joking, right? If the president of the United States and others, it's not just the president, but everybody else joining in because the president got a message from somebody. I don't know. There's somebody on the former Barack Obama team that whispered into the current president of the United States ear and said, hey, listen, tell everybody it doesn't cost anything, this Build Back Better agenda. You know, we're talking about $5+ trillion in spending between the infrastructure bill and the $3.5 trillion there in a budget, and that this Build Back Better agenda. Tell everybody it costs zero. No, I'm not kidding. Can you imagine that the president would say it costs zero, and the Democrats are going, "Yep, it's not going to cost you a dime, everybody. It's not going to cost you a dime. Nothing. Zero cost. You bet." Do you honestly believe that? That's what they're running with. So that's the new tactic, knowing that it's not going to happen the way they want. And my concern has been the same concern as everybody else has had since day one, which is what? That Republicans are going to get, what's the word I'm looking for, Jake? What do the kids say? Bamboozled? Is that, do the kids say bamboozled? If they're getting taken for a ride, what's an expression? If you're getting taken for a ride, bamboozled, what do the kids say? Jake the millennial. Give me a millennial phrase when somebody's lying to you. They're trying to fool you into something that's not true. Have any idea? Do you like taking for a ride? You just want to stick with that one?
We're going to stick with that one.
Okay, he's going to stick with that one, everybody. Survey says, I feel like I'm a game show host. I thought it was almost like Anyway, my Build Back Better agenda costs $0. Sorry, it's not a joke. Not a joke. Instead of wasting money on tax breaks, loopholes, and tax evasion for big corporations and the wealthy, we can make once-in-a-generation investments. Investment, that's all it is. It's an investment in working America. and it adds $0 to the national debt. Cory Booker said, you bet. This one is a zero bill. We're paying for the whole thing, but yet we're using different math to make it sound bigger and more ornery. Why are you doing that? I mean, it's not going to cost anything. Nancy Pelosi, let's not talk about the money. Don't do that. I mean, it's...
So, again, the Senate and the House, those who are not in full agreement with the president's rate, let's see what our value... Let's not talk about numbers and dollars. Let's talk about values.
Yeah, let's talk about values. You know, why are you doing this? Why are you talking about numbers? Because honestly, Jake, it's about the kids. No. It's about the kids. Ah, there you go. Good. It's about the kids. Jake the millennial who, look at his shirt. I mean, look at that. Do you think there's any way that he can go in public any longer looking the way he looks? The money that he makes. I mean, the place that he lives. It's it's just a dump. And that was really awful. That's not, where you live is actually very nice.
Very nice.
And your clothes are not that bad.
Could be better.
I'm just trying to make it really dramatic. But that's what it is. It's about the children. Because if you make it about the kids, you teach them well and you let them lead the way and they show you all the beauty they possess inside. So there we have that. It's not going to happen. So my concern is, here's what Republicans do. Republicans go, hey, listen, I'll tell you what. We're not going to do it. We're not spending $5 trillion. We're putting our foot down. But, if the number was manageable, if it was lower, we might be able to talk about this. So that's the new one. It isn't going to cost a dime. Zero cost. Not a penny out of pocket. You ever heard that expression? Like you go out and buy a $60,000 car and somebody says, it's not a penny out of pocket. You're not going to zero down. You're not going to pay 1 single cent. You're like, really? Then you get there and it's like, well, there's kind of a couple of things you got to, it's not really, you don't get paid at least a penny, maybe more. Sometimes that happens. Okay. But Nancy Pelosi is going to play chicken with the progressives, scheduling these votes. And listen, she doesn't want to have a vote unless they know that they have the votes to pass it. They're just not going to put it out there. It's not what others are saying. She's saying she's never going to hold a vote on a bill that will fail and suggest that a vote today on an infrastructure deal will happen later in the week. That she's going to put this out on the floor and challenge the progressives because they're the ones that want the Bernie Sanders, throw everything into the pot and let's spend as much as we can, $3.5 trillion plus. Although, as we are hearing it more and more now, the $3.5 trillion Build Back Better is not going to work out that way. And it's going to be a situation where it won't be 3.5, but look at what the Republicans, we got them down to $2 trillion. Aren't you proud of us? You better not do it. You better not do it. You better not do it. And listen to what this week Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal has been saying, Democrat of Washington. She's kind of the leader of the squad. Speaking on Face the Nation, talking about this. Remember what she said over the weekend. I mean, listen to some of this.
Well, let's talk about what people want, and then let's come to the number from that. It's not just a random number. So if somebody wants less than $3.5 trillion, tell us what you want to cut. Do you want to cut the child care?
Oh, no.
Do you want to cut paid leave?
Oh, no.
What is it you want to cut? And then let's figure it out from there.
That's because that's all it is. You're gonna cut those two things, really? Because there's nothing else in there that costs money. You're just going to take from the American people because you're evil and mean, and that's what you... Really? 3.5 trillion. That's a whole lot. There's a whole lot in there. There's more than that. I mean, do we have to go through everything again? All of the $1 trillion in socialist tax and spend that's going on here? You realize that they're talking about growing the size of the IRS and going after, people like you. You got $600 maybe flowing into a bank account in and out throughout the year. Hey, they might have their eye on you. Yeah, that's part of it. IRS spying and taxes on transactions and bank accounts. A global minimum tax on U.S. companies operating overseas. We're going to get your money. You can't go overseas and do business. We're going to find you and tax you. We're going to have a bigger tax here in this country on corporations than you've ever seen. I mean, it's going to rival some of the communist nations like China. a more than 25% hike in the corporate tax from 21 to 26%. Tax credits for university environmental justice programs. Environmental justice programs. $1 billion. Hey, I'd like to cut that. Congresswoman, there's something I'd like to cut. I can go on. But you see how they play this game.
The president has said is people making under $400,000 will not pay more. We will make sure of that.
Yeah, okay. If Democrats are going to make sure, you're making under $400,000, you're not true. Not true. All of that is a flat out lie. You will be paying for it. You absolutely will be paying for it. You think all of these things are coming in for free? The socialist engineering that's going to be taking place, you think it's not going to come from someplace? Come on now. You're better than this. I mean, not Democrats. I'm saying you believing that what they're saying is true.
Yeah, what we've said is we are happy to hear what it is that somebody wants to cut. So far, we have not seen any negotiation back from the Senate. And we understand, Margaret, that we've got to get every Democrat on board in the House and the Senate. We don't have the margins to do anything except that.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to get every Democrat. The shame of it all is you worry about Republicans more than you worry about Democrats. Like, you really need Republicans to hold the line on this. But again, you've got crazy spending being talked about. You've got Nancy Pelosi, who's going to challenge the progressive side and say, listen, we're not doing this. We're going to vote on the infrastructure deal first because it's something that they feel like they can get because they've got Republicans on board with that. Because who doesn't like infrastructure? Unless, of course, you're talking about human infrastructures because, diapers are infrastructure. No, I'm not kidding. That's part of what's in there. But, Republicans somehow, some way believe that that's a good thing, that we should be on board with that. It's so frustrating. And the progressive side of what's going on the House side is, listen, we want Bernie. We want to do what Bernie wants to do.
This is what you do.
Come on, it's what you do. We need it big. 3.5 trillion. We may not get 3.5 trillion, but hey, if we can get 2.5, that's not bad. We all work together. We came together. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that today and throughout the week. 239-479-5592. Hey, let's take a break. And when we come back, we've got to get to DHS Secretary Mayorkas. Did you know that illegal border crossings are, quote, one of America's proudest traditions? Yeah, the DHS Secretary said that. One of our proudest traditions is illegal border crossing. So why would we want to get rid of a tradition? It's kind of like getting rid of the national anthem or suggesting that there's more than one. We would never have two national anthems before like an NFL game, right? Right? Yeah, well, there's a story there as well. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Dynasty Drive and Colonial Boulevard. We have an eastbound lane on Colonial blocked off, causing some slowdowns. Also watching a crash at Daniels Parkway in 82 with major backups heading westbound through the intersection. Eastbound a little bit slow moving as well right now. And seeing slowdowns on Gunnery Road approaching Daniels Parkway coming out of Lehigh toward Gateway. Heading through North Fort Myers, a crash getting cleared up on Pondella Road right off of 41, North Cleveland Avenue. If you're on 75, should be a very easy drive, though, this morning all across Southwest Florida. Only problem we're dealing with on the highway in Collier County is along the East Trail at mile marker 61 in the Everglades. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day we've been waiting for. Some drier air moves back in, leaving us a bit less humid today, though still warm with a high of 91 degrees, and also dry, a mix of some sun and clouds throughout the day. We keep it dry as we enter your Monday evening and overnight. Tuesday, another dry day featuring just a few clouds and a high of 90 degrees, but overall more comfortable conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months?
Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
CBS just solved Mondays
Federal agent!
with 2 doses of NCIS.
You up for a ride?
Saddle up. First, NCIS is ready for action in the hunt for a killer.
I'm impressed.
See? He's impressed. Then Vanessa Lachey heats things up in the new NCIS Hawaii.
I got you right where I want you. Just going where the case takes me.
It all starts tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Tonight at 9 on Wink TV.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You know, I noticed this, that Hillary Clinton's back in. Did you know Hillary Clinton's in the news? Why would Hillary Clinton be in the news? So, check. What were we going to say? You want to know why Hillary was in the news this weekend? So, Hillary Clinton, she's never going to be president of the United States. She had no chance of being president of the United States before. It's not going to happen anytime in the future, but who knows whether or not she would try to stick around and try to make it happen or try to make it happen once again. So, it's deplorables, it's Russia, it's Putin, it's who else is it? It could be anybody but her. But anyway, so I guess she was in Belfast, Ireland over the weekend because she got inaugurated, not as president of anything, clearly not as president of the United States. But she was installed as a chancellor of Queen's University in Belfast. She had this robe that she was wearing. She was walking into the event with somebody behind her holding the trail of this robe she was wearing. The robe was so long, so there was like a child that was holding the end of the robe so it wouldn't drag on the ground, you know, that kind of look. The kind of look that the cultural elitists will look at and go, this is a really bad picture. Yeah, it was a little boy carrying the train of the robe. And so she's crossing the street in Belfast, making her way into the university. And as she's making her way there, people were standing and watching and had a couple of things to say. Listen to this. And there were things flying in her direction. They were throwing stuff at her. Hillary Clinton got heckled. They were in Belfast, Ireland. They were screaming that she's a criminal, and they were throwing all kinds of stuff at her. It was not pretty. And she's like, "Oh, hello, everyone." And she was standing and waving as she was walking. Maybe she couldn't hear what they were saying specifically, but it wasn't pretty. So there you go. Hillary Clinton making the news because she got heckled. All right. What else do we have this morning? Oh, I got to play this Bill Maher audio sometime today. Did you hear Bill Maher yesterday talking about 2 national anthems? And just trying to figure out, like a lot of us, like, why are we doing this?
And finally, new rule: the only time there should be 2 national anthems is when the other team is from Canada.
That's a pretty good take right there, is it not?
This season, the NFL has added Lift Every Voice and Sing, commonly known as the Black National Anthem, to the Star-Spangled Banner before games. And 2 weeks ago, I opined that it was fine to get rid of the old anthem. We just shouldn't have 2. Now, if you watch this show for opinions and you want to know what the correct opinion on the anthem is, that's it. That's the correct one.
And he goes on more to talk about it a little more and talking about the anthem. And does that bother you at all? Are you bothered that the NFL, knowing full well what they've done for the past few years to lose you, has decided that they want you back, and it says end racism in the end zones, and there's 2 national anthems? But are you still coming back? Or are you watching what they're selling to you? Do you see this?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blinking call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples. When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Some government and corporate coronavirus vaccine mandates take effect today.
New York State hospital and nursing home employees have to be vaccinated. Refusal could mean job loss. In Connecticut, schools may notice fewer bus drivers who are resisting a vaccine mandate that takes effect today. Ahead of today's deadline for its 67,000 workers, United Airlines said they'd reached 97% compliance with their vaccine mandate. And McDonald's corporate office employees must be vaccinated by today as well.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. A funeral's been held on Long Island, New York for Gabby Petito. A week after her body was found in Wyoming, her father Joseph asks people to not be sad.
If you knew Gabby, she was always a pretty happy girl. People would gravitate towards her. Her nature was always to smile.
The FBI has taken personal items from her fiancé Brian Laundrie's parents' home in Florida to help with DNA matching, according to the parents' attorney. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Dynasty Drive and Colonial Boulevard. We have an eastbound lane on Colonial blocked off, causing some slowdowns. Also watching a crash at Daniels Parkway in 82 with major backups heading westbound through the intersection. Eastbound a little bit slow moving as well right now. And seeing slowdowns on Gunnery Road approaching Daniels Parkway coming out of Lehigh toward Gateway. Heading through North Fort Myers, a crash getting cleared up on Pondella Road right off of 41, North Cleveland Avenue. If you're on 75, should be a very easy drive, though, this morning all across Southwest Florida. Only problem we're dealing with on the highway in Collier County is along the East Trail at mile marker 61 in the Everglades. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day that we finally should start to feel some drier air move back in, leaving us a bit less humid today and also completely dry. We take out that rain chance for today with just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures back into the lower 90s. As we head into tonight, we remain quiet. Temperatures cooling into the upper 60s for some of our inland zones. Look for a low near about 70 degrees for our coastal areas. A few clouds, but another dry day for your Tuesday and a high near 90 degrees. Wednesday, another dry day with a mix of sun and clouds and another high near 90 degrees with a low waking up near 70. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
Stuffy mornings and sleepless nights. The air in your home might be to blame. AC by Florida Comfort Systems makes your indoor air perfect with reliable Lennox products. AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Rockstar Harley's giving 115% of Kelley Blue Book value when you trade for a new Harley now through Sunday. That's 115% of Kelley Blue Book trade value. It's worth more at Rockstar Harley. That's my trade edition.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. I've been to Dr. France and his team for a LASIK procedure. Family members have been there for cataract surgery, and no one can perform a better procedure than Dr. France and his team anywhere in Southwest Florida. They know how important it is to not only clear the blurry view caused by cataracts, but to provide patients with solutions tailored to meet their individual needs. Now, because no two eyes are alike, Dr. France and his team will determine the best lens technology for you and your eyes to make sure you have the best results. Maybe you need clear vision at near, far, and in between distances, or an extended depth of focus solution for driving at night. Whatever it is, you can trust your eyes with France Eye Care. Experience matters. The latest technology matters. Call France Eye Care today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone or call 239-418-0999.
France Eye Care.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, I want to run through some of the headlines because there's a lot to get to this morning after a busy weekend. See what we can get to. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's if you'd like to watch. We do appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast by going there as well. And there's a button so you can do just that. All right, as far as election integrity, hey, how much do we care about it? Seriously, I'm being quite honest here. How much do we care about election integrity, whether it's in the state of Florida or nationally? And if you were to find out that something was off, squirrely, weird, I don't know, we can come up with some other words, odd, wrong, how far are you willing to go to pursue it to make it right? Or do we have to stop because, you know, we don't want mean tweets and we don't want to go back to that time again and some of the language being used and everything else. And so better that we just leave it alone because nothing says I can't really trust what's going on in 2020 when it comes to election integrity. Like a Trump-Russia collusion hoax that had John Durham investigating it that actually had indictments against people who were giving false information to the FBI about using a candidate for president of the United States on the Democrat side, feeding information to the FBI that was a lie so they could feed it back to the media so they could feed it back to the FBI so they can have 3.5 years of a hoax. Not saying that happened or anything, but, you know, you can actually look at history. Because, yeah, it did. So forgive me if I don't trust you when you're telling me that we should all move on, election integrity. Yeah, there's a couple of issues here and there, but it's not that big a deal. Maricopa County, Arizona. Why are you doing this, Drew? Why are you talking about this? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. What was that? Yeah, you know, wasn't that? I don't know what we're letting go. It was Frozen, right? I mean, come on. It's like
Frozen Ice.
You better believe it's the whole idea of this is Frozen. It's just let it go. Why can't we do that, Jake? I mean, the funny part would be if Jake, on his weekend, his time off, a moment where he could be foraging for meals, checking out ways to launder clothing, meeting people in different circles,
extremely busy schedule I have on the weekends.
Like, it would be ridiculous if I suggested that with all the things that he could be doing, that he would be at home watching the Maricopa County audit live on TV as it was unfolding to see what was going on. Did you do that?
Yeah.
How long did you spend in front of the TV?
I'm sorry?
How long did you spend in front of that thing?
It was like, probably like 3.5
hours?
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Really?
4 hours.
So you are confident in confirming what the media and Democrats have said, that the audit confirms that Joe Biden won the state fair and square, right?
No, the audit most definitely confirms that there were discrepancies, to say the least.
Oh, okay. So that maybe there are a couple of things that are wrong. Like forensically, if you were looking, you might want to suggest that why not do this in all 50 states just because we want to have election integrity. It's something that we care about, right? But as far as Arizona is concerned, in this county specifically, so you're saying you found things that were odd.
Yeah, well, if this is the case for every state, they were all using the same software and computers, they most definitely need to do some form of audit or at least investigation.
Yeah, and just, for those of you that just want to humor me for a couple of minutes and just brush all of this off, and listen, just give me a second. Don't change the station. Stay right where you are. I know you don't want to hear it. Move on. I get it. Orange man bad. It's cool. Okay. But just follow me on this. Just a tiny little bit of the audio from the Maricopa County audit. Let me just give you a little snippet, okay?
The next anomaly is verified and approved in the blank signature region. So what do I mean by that? So this is blank, but the verified and approved is appearing right in the blank. Again, this is process issues which we'd love to get answers to. So same thing here. Same thing here. The verified and approved is right there. And then finally, this is an interesting anomaly where we have two EVBs where people have the same voter ID, same name, address, and phone number with matching signatures with two different voter IDs, okay? So had to redact this, but imagine if you could see this, there's a person's name here and address, which is the same as the name and address here. Very similar matching signatures, same phone numbers, but they have two different voter IDs. So let me repeat again. Two different voter IDs, same name, matching signatures, as if you looked at them visually, same phone numbers.
Listen, why, Drew? Why are you playing this? Come on, can we move on? What is this, like a couple of people? A couple of 5, 10, 30? We already know that Joe Biden even gained votes after this. Can I just go over some of the numbers? I'm just going to tell you some of the things that were actually in the audit, if anyone took the time to read it. 23,000 plus mail-in ballots from persons no longer living at that address. 17,000 plus duplicate ballots, which surged after the election. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. 2,300 plus voters who voted in person but had moved out of Maricopa County. Probably happens all the time. 2,000 voters moved out of state. 5,295 overvotes from people voting in more than one county. 282 dead voters. At least one batch of 50 ballots was run through the tabulations twice. Official canvases recorded 3,000 more ballots cast than people they recorded as having cast a vote. 277 precincts had more ballots than cast people. That was less than 1,500 excess votes. 9,000 mail-in voters returned more ballots than they were sent. Hey, I could go on. I got a lot there. But I want you to be assured that whatever the media and Democrats tell you, that is the gospel truth. You better believe it. Joe Biden got 400 more votes than Donald Trump in the state of Arizona, and you need to shut your pie hole. Because that's just the way it is. And I know you don't want to rock the boat. Oh, gosh, we got 2022's coming up. Why are you doing this? We don't want to rock the boat. Everything's fine. We got elections all over the country. And it's going to be okay if we just stay together and not focus on this, because that would be bad. Okay. But can we get them answered? Can we have answers to those questions? Because if it happens again, here's the problem. We're going to lose. See, that's the big problem. See, you never hear about these things happening and Republicans winning huge victories, right? Do you see a pattern? When there's election integrity issues, Democrats win. When there's election integrity issues, Democrats win. Jake. when there's election integrity issues,
Republicans lose.
See what Jake did there? I'm just asking. That's all. Just asking. So, I don't know. When people say, stop talking about it or election integrity, everything's fine. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, let's talk about some other things here. Let's move on from that and get to some even more important issues. The border security. Border security. We didn't even have a southern border. You know, it's funny how nations are built around borders. And if you don't have one and it's not secure, then chances are you really don't have a country. But Democrats don't give a hoot about that part of it because they don't even think we need borders. They like the idea that anybody comes and goes as they please and takes and distributes as needed. How about that? You had, for example, the issues of 15,000 plus, mostly Haitian illegals at the southern border. And all of a sudden, it was like a cool breeze came along and everybody just decided to go. But where did they go? Where did everybody go to? And if they went into the interior of the country, hey, did we check to find out? You know, we're in a pandemic. How about the COVID thing? Hey, did we check to see how they are medically? I mean, you can't really travel or do a lot of things unless you're vaccinated, unless you're getting swabbed every week, unless you're checking all of these different things that you need to check with regard to the vid. You know, you as an American citizen, somebody else comes here in the thousands, tens of thousands illegally. Hey, do we check this stuff?
Do we know who has tested positive, if people got sick, any kind of symptoms among this group of 15,000 you said?
Yes. So we did not test that population of individuals. We do not know. I do not know. I should say, if I may be perfectly accurate, I do not know whether anyone was sick with COVID. We certainly had some individuals get sick.
Oh, what's the big deal? So they have COVID and they bring it in the country. So there's that possibility. Does it matter? I mean, they need a place to go.
Not specifically with COVID, to my knowledge, and we addressed their illnesses.
They addressed those couple of illnesses, but we don't know. That's not shocking to anybody. Like, as a Democrat, hey, as somebody who's screaming at the top of their lungs that in Lee County, in Lee Health, they have been so concerned about their hospitals being overwhelmed. I mean, it's not the case now. Dramatically, there are decreases, and some might say it's the monoclonal antibodies that the governor put out there and the many places that we have to go to because therapies make a difference. Therapies make a difference. Hey, did I mention that therapies make a difference? And all of you who have been screaming at the top of your lungs about hospitals being overwhelmed and what we could see next and variants and everything else. Hey, does this bother you at all, or is this not that big a deal to you? I'm just asking. Because I don't hear you screaming. I don't hear the keyboard cowboys clicking away. Wait. I don't hear that. I don't hear the clicking away of keyboards from you on social media talking about this. Why? Why is that the case? I don't know what that is, but Chris Wallace, Fox News, asking DHS Secretary Mayorkas some questions about when it comes to the border and tens of thousands of illegals there on the United States side of the border. How did they get there? That's a question to be answered, isn't it? I'd like to know.
Why didn't you stop them from coming into the country? We did. We encountered them. They assembled in that one location in Del Rio, Texas.
They're in Texas! They're assembled in Texas. They're not in Mexico. You didn't stop them. Have we lost the perception of what is and isn't somebody who is stopped? Like, if Jake, I'm just throwing this a football analogy out because, you know, after the two national anthems yesterday at all the National Football League games, There are other things that people are asking when it comes to football being played. Like, number one, do we need two national anthems? Shouldn't we have one? I mean, unity, isn't that what it is? Okay, but anyway, and why doesn't the LGBTQ community have their national anthem? And how come indigenous people don't? And are we going to have any more? Or maybe how about the socially awkward? Did they get one too? I mean, I'm just asking. Okay, but anyway, but the second question is, if you're lined up at the goal line and you cross the goal line and you're now in the end zone as opposed to outside of the end zone, if you're in the end zone, is that not a touchdown? Because if you cross that line and you're in the end zone, you can't tell me that it's not. You're in the end zone. It's a touchdown. Can you imagine a referee going, yeah, he's in the end zone, but it's not a touchdown because I know he's crossed the line, but what?
And we applied the laws. We applied the public health law under the CDC's authority, and we applied immigration law.
My question is, why did you allow them in the country in the first place? Why didn't you build, forgive me, a wall?
You can't. Oh, why forgive you, Chris Wallace? Nobody's good. You don't have to say that. Forgive me, build a wall. The wall works. It's a deterrent. It's part of the overall deterrent of stopping people from crossing the goal line, from being in this country as opposed to Mexico. Why are you apologizing for that?
Or a fence to stop them from walking in this flood of people coming across the dam. It looks like a highway that allows them to cross the Rio Grande.
It is the policy of this administration. We do not agree with the building of the wall.
Okay, great. So they don't. That's it. So they don't agree with the building of the wall. So if there's no wall and there's no deterrent and there's no people to stop them and there's no border patrol, and we can't have border patrol because boy, they are some mean people. Did you know they whip people on horseback? Who knows how long they've been doing that? I mean, why not vilify them as? Oh, there's a whole other story coming up on that. Oh gosh, I'm looking at the time, and I know Drew's College, but I got to tell you, I got to play this audio. Okay, well, let me just let him finish out. Hold on.
The law provides that individuals can make a claim for humanitarian relief. That is actually one of our proudest traditions.
So one of our proudest traditions as Americans, did you know that one of our proudest tradition as Americans, it's one of the things that I think many of us stand by and rally for. And sometimes during a very nice weather, we all get together and we go to a park someplace close by, maybe have some finger foods and get together with an adult beverage. And we all get together to honor that great American proud tradition of illegal border crossings. There's no doubt. It's one of the biggest, the proudest traditions that we have. It's been going on for, well, as long as Democrats are in charge, it's been going on as long as we can remember. Hey, that's not really fair because Republicans have been in the presidency and in Congress, and we've had a whole lot of people crossing. Hey, can we just come together and unify on that? Well, listen, if we can't have a country that can unify on a national anthem, then I'm not sure how we unify on this. But there's DHS Secretary Mayorkas, who is talking in ridiculous tones. It's just outrageous. Oh, and he had a chance to go on with Jake Tapper on CNN, and it didn't get any better. And maybe we'll play that later, because wait till you hear what he said. The lies of the whips coming up, and then it's crazy. Do we have time to play Drew's College? We don't, do we? I ran long today, didn't I? I've ruined the Monday edition of Drew's College. Are you sure? Can we do it? Jake says we can. All right, let's try to make it happen fast. Why not? Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you want to call, if we have enough people calling and somebody wants to play, caller number 5, we will play. We'll try to squeeze it in. We'll do the best we can. That's what we do here. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
CBS just solved Mondays.
Federal agent.
With 2 doses of NCIS.
You up for a ride?
Saddle up. First, NCIS is ready for action in the hunt for a killer.
I'm impressed. See? He's impressed.
Then Vanessa Lachey heats things up in the new NCIS Hawaii.
I got you right where I want you. Just going where the case takes me.
It all starts tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Tonight at 9 on Wink TV.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. AC by Florida Comfort Systems helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today or visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
If you've considered remodeling with the help of a good handyman or remodeler, consider reimagining your space instead with the help of a professional designer from Closet Factory. Our best designers, the ones with black belts in interior design and PhDs in bringing fuzzy ideas to sparkling reality, so your new closet or office looks how you dreamed it would and works even better. Because creating a space that's organized, intelligent, and beautiful starts with a design that's all that, from a designer that's all that. At Closet Factory, that's how we build it.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
92.5 Fox News. This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
More Haitians are coming to America. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After that camp was broken up in Del Rio, Texas, and 12,000 or more Haitians were allowed into the U.S. Fox's Griff Jenkins met up with a caravan in Tapachula, Mexico.
Will you try and go to the United States?
It's my dream to be there, for have the better life.
Most, if not all, of these folks will try and go to the United States because there's simply no jobs for them here in Tapachula.
A memorial service for Gabby Petito in New York.
She was great.
Joe Petito, her father, also had a message for others.
If there's a relationship that you're in that might not be the best thing for you, leave it.
She was found dead more than a week ago in Wyoming after her fiancé returned from their cross-country trip without her. He is still missing. Fox's Eben Brown's live in Florida.
Yeah, Dave, the FBI says they are now taking the lead in this search for Brian Laundrie. Agents showed up again at the family home in Northport, Florida, to take items that possibly could have samples of Laundrie's DNA. Local police say they are scaling back their search in the Carlton Nature Reserve, where their efforts had been focused due to Laundrie's parents saying he went there to hike. Sunday's search was predominantly done by air. Laundrie's parents say they last saw him on September 14th, Dave.
Evan, the deadlines today for healthcare and nursing home workers in New York to get a COVID vaccine. John Matlin is a CT scan technician, unvaccinated, and says before losing their jobs, some will stay.
To help onboard the retirees that will be taking over the National Guard as a way of training, essentially. So people will be training their replacements.
The House could vote Thursday on a bipartisan infrastructure bill already passed the Senate, but Speaker Nancy Pelosi tells ABC's This Week,
I'm never bringing a bill to the floor that doesn't have the votes.
Some progressives plan to vote first on a $3.5 trillion spending bill all Republicans oppose. America's listening to Fox News.
I struggle
Wink
with
News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out through Daniels Parkway and 82. Still seeing backups because of an earlier crash blocking part of a left turn lane onto Daniels. Also have a crash on Orange Grove Boulevard right near the high school in North Fort Myers, causing some slowdowns nearby. A crash on Buckingham Road just north of Orange River Boulevard with possible roadblock. And one in Lehigh at Lee Boulevard and Lee Street. In Collier County, dealing with a crash along Airport Pulling Road southbound right near the YMCA Boulevard. Seeing some slowdowns approaching Pine Ridge. Also in the Estates, a disabled vehicle at Golden Gate Boulevard East at 22nd Street Northeast. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day that we finally should start to feel some drier air move back in, leaving us a bit less humid today and also completely dry. We take out that rain chance for today with just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures back into the lower 90s. As we head into tonight, we remain quiet. Temperatures cooling into the upper 60s for some of our inland zones. Look for a low near about 70 degrees for our coastal areas. A few clouds, but another dry day for your Tuesday and a high near 90 degrees. Wednesday, another dry day with a mix of sun and clouds and another high near 90 degrees with a low waking up near 70. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, stop your plans and enjoy 60% off on a large collection of diamonds, rings, bracelets, and necklaces.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. You're invited this weekend to our 60% off sale. Come see us. Savings like no other.
Don't miss the savings at Duncan's Diamonds 60% off event.
Enormous selection. Magnificent diamonds.
This Friday and Saturday only. It's happening at Duncan's Diamonds.
An avalanche of glittering diamonds, engagement rings, wedding bands.
If it's in the showcase, it's a whopping 60% off. Now is the time to save at Duncan's Diamonds.
I want you to find the diamonds and jewelry you will love today and save 60%. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive for the best prices on diamonds and jewelry.
This weekend only, 60% off event.
On US 41. See store for details.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and certainly subscribing to the podcast as well. If you go to drewsteele.com, you can do just that. You know, a couple of things that I wanted to touch on today that include stories about the culture war. And, you know, I touched on it a little bit on Friday, but I do want to mention some of the things that happened over the weekend. Listen, if you are a conservative, you are the counterculture. There's no doubt about it. I mean, are we really going to think otherwise? With everything that is happening right now in this country, I'm just telling you that you're on the right side. See what I did right all along? See how that played out, Jake? See how nice that just bringing the brand in. Just bringing in the brand. But I'm telling you, you're the counterculture, but you're right. The rest of the country is with you, going against what the culture is telling you is the case. I'll give you plenty of examples. Isn't Rihanna still relevant, isn't she? In the culture? Am I crazy? Jake would know this. Jake, the millennial, probably you're somebody who is very up on what is and is not culturally relevant. Wouldn't you say that Rihanna is still culturally relevant?
Very much so.
In the music, right? In the music industry. For those that don't know who Rihanna is, Grammy Award winning, tons of #1 hits, has worked with many different artists, right? One of her big songs, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. But she is relevant in today's culture and the music, right?
Most definitely.
Did it surprise you that she had a T-shirt that she walked out of a studio wearing that said, "Think while it's still legal"?
No.
That's a big deal. So here you have a 33-year-old billionaire getting ready to work on her 9th studio album. walking out of the studio saying, think while it's still legal. Does that sound like the culture, or does that sound like a little bit of counterculture? Does that sound like it's going against what some people are talking about? Or is it
just a little bit?
Yeah. Why do you suppose she's doing that? Is she doing that because she sees what's happening and is concerned about? Especially as a musical artist, the idea of speech being somehow decided by bureaucrats or certain individuals as what you can and can't say. I mean, that is a concern for some people. That's there. What else has been going on with some of the issues of culture over the weekend? We played a little bit of the audio of what we thought was, I don't know, you might say it's a little bit ridiculous, but let's ask the question. If you're the leader of a political party in the United Kingdom, the UK Labour leader, and you're being asked a question when it comes to transgenders and transphobia, and this is the question that somebody's asking you. Listen.
Is it transphobic to say only women have a cervix?
Well, it is something that shouldn't be said. It is not right. But, Andrew, I don't think...
Okay, stop. It's something that shouldn't be said, and it's not right. I'm just telling you, you watching me right now, drewsteele.com, you listening to the sound of my voice, you're on the right side of this because that's crazy, as my son likes to say. You are the counterculture, but there are more of you. I'm telling you, there are more people in this country. Well, that's outside of the country, but there are more people in this country that side with you than you realize. Look, Bill Maher is not somebody that I mean, oftentimes we find ourselves on a Monday going to something that Bill Maher said lately, and it's not because he's saying things that are crazy. He's saying things that have common sense built in here. And especially when it comes to the NFL, and we just played a little bit of this earlier.
And finally, new rule, the only time there should be two national anthems is when the other team is from Canada. This season, the NFL has added Lift Every Voice and Sing, commonly known as the Black National Anthem, to the Star-Spangled Banner before games. And 2 weeks ago, I opined that it was fine to get rid of the old anthem. We just shouldn't have two. Now, if you watch this show for opinions and you want to know what the correct opinion on the anthem is, that's it. That's the correct one. We shouldn't have two. The program The View last week devoted a lot of time to this while somehow avoiding what I actually said. It seemed to be a lot about a need to school me on the Black National Anthem itself. Whoopi Goldberg said we need two anthems because, quote, we're having to re-educate people because nothing ever goes wrong when you start talking about re-education. Just ask Chairman Mao. Maybe we can set up some sort of camp.
Is he wrong? You know, he goes on to talk about, and I have to be honest, I have all the audio there, but I can't remember whether or not he cusses a bunch of times because he has a habit of doing that, and I'm not really into taking a chance right now and rolling some audio and not having checked it first because that's not my thing. But he does go on to talk about and say that we're separating ourselves in this country. We're doing way too much of that. We're getting too far away from. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to play this. All right, I got to take a chance on this because this is an important aspect of what he said. All right, keep your finger on the dump button there, Jay, just in case. This is what jumped out at me. Because again, I'm not saying that Bill Maher is always right. This portion of what he's talking about, he has a very important point to make. Obviously, as a progressive and somebody who is, you know, leaning towards the America's not as great as everybody has talked about it being, but at least filling in the blank and, you know, changing the national anthem. Yeah, no, I'm good the way it is. But listen to what he says here. Listen to this.
Now, I don't believe we should enforce patriotism by singing anything. And if there's one thing I hate more than groupthink, it's audience participation. But I am what you might call an old-school liberal who was brought up with the crazy idea that segregating by race is bad. That's what I was talking about.
Now remember what we're talking about here, everybody. We're talking about a national anthem being played at a football game. And whatever you think about a national anthem, whether you think it should be there anyway to begin with or not, hear what he's saying. This is what they're doing. This is what you're spending your money on. This is what you're taking your time supporting. Is that really what you want to do?
And again, when it comes to an anthem, it doesn't have to be the one we currently use, but it has to be just one. You know, because it's a national anthem. And symbols of unity matter. And purposefully fragmenting things by race reinforces a terrible message that we are two nations hopelessly drifting apart from each other. That's not where we were even 10 years ago, and it's not where we should be now. Where we should be now is here.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America.
And they're all applauding that. They're all applauding Barack Obama. They're all applauding when he said that. Well, let me ask you a question. A couple of things come to mind quickly, and you're probably thinking the same things that I'm thinking. Number one, how much did Barack Obama actually do after that to make sure that we weren't being divided by race? How much did he actually do to bring us all together? You know, was it immediately after the election when he had the beer summit? You remember the beer summit? I mean, some of the other things that were going on throughout his time in office. Again, how many times did he actually do anything to bring us together? How much are the lefties that are all there in the audience that are clapping like good seals at a theme park actually doing something to stop all of this? Like how many of them are not watching the NFL and decided to do something else on the weekend, like maybe spend time with the family individually, maybe with the kids and hanging out and, I don't know, maybe playing football out in the yard by yourselves instead of watching it, maybe playing. I don't know. And I'm not being accusatory against people or being angry with people that are watching the NFL necessarily, but please don't watch and support something like that and then ultimately say, oh, I'm outraged by two national anthems. Come on, Tom Brady, you can throw the ball better than... I'm just saying, I don't know. It could be Tom Brady, it could be anybody. But how much are you doing to show that you don't support this?
Oh, yeah, that guy. Timothy Askew, a professor at Clark Atlanta University, wrote an entire book about Lift Every Voice and Sing. And he said, to sing the black national anthem suggests that black people are separatist and want to have their own nation. This means that everything Martin Luther King Jr. believed about being one nation gets thrown out the window. Thanks, Professor. You'll be hearing from Whoopi.
But again, let me just remind everybody that a couple of things I got on my mind. Number one, the kids are watching. Kids are paying attention. Kids are paying attention to the NFL and what they're doing in popular sports and watching what the parents are doing and how they're responding and how they see this and think, well, this is the right thing to look at. We should have two. Why not have three? Not one. Why not have one for the LGBTQ community? Why not have one for indigenous people? Why not have people who are socially awkward? Why not have something for people that have hair like Jake's? Why not have a national anthem for every single thing? Why does it stop at just the one? The second thing is where they bring in Barack Obama and what he said, and of course, Martin Luther King Jr., what leftist cares about what they have said now in the past at all now anyway. I mean, if you think about it, the words of Martin Luther King Jr. for the left and those of the youths of America and those that are growing up in our universities right now rings hollow. It means absolutely nothing. They're segregating universities for graduations in classrooms. What part of Martin Luther King Jr.'s message is resonating with them? It's not. Barack Obama, are you kidding me? The left right now? Those that push the Green New Deal and other things, do you think they honestly look at Barack Obama as somebody who is a person that they can look up to and emulate in the government right now? When in their eyes, he didn't do anything to move the progressive ideology forward. He wasn't out there pushing Green New Deals and the like. So I'm just asking the question this morning as we look at, and it doesn't get any better. Oh, here's what Jake has been waiting for. Okay, hold on. Let me get to this. You ready, Jake? All morning, he's been begging me to read this story from Red State. Here we go. Apparently, there's a science journal that is out there, Scientific American. Have you heard of Scientific American? Maybe you have. 5 experts have offered an analysis of the science fiction saga known as Star Wars. And maybe you're a big Star Wars fan. Maybe you'd like to go to Disney and visit the fake ship that looks like the real ship and the place that you go to, and you're immersed into Star Wars culture. Maybe you got bed sheets that have Hey Kenobi over there, or whatever the guy's name is, right? Well, you might want to rethink it, because apparently it's all about white supremacy. So there you go. Star Wars has a problematic cultural legacy. The space opera franchise has been critiqued for trafficking in injustices like sexism, racism, and ableism. Just take, for example, Princess Leia when she was a slave, I guess, the slave Leia. Wasn't that, I'm trying to remember, wasn't that when that the huge slobbering glob guy was she was a slave to the slobbering, somebody knows what I'm talking about, right? In Star Wars? That was what they're talking about. Her being bound, the article asserts, employs the, quote, first leading woman in an Orientalist subplot. Orientalism essentially otherizes anything not strong, masculine, and Western. Additionally, Star Wars conflates alienness with non-whiteness. It often relies on racist stereotypes when depicting non-human species. The series regularly defaults onto ableist tropes, memorably in its portrayal of Darth Vader, which links the villain's physical disability with machinic inhumanity and moral deviance, presenting his technology-assisted breathing as a sinister auditory marker of danger and doom. And it goes on and to talk about social justice, Jedis. Oh, the Jedi are inappropriate mascots for social injustice because they say so. It's toxic masculinity. It is defending white supremacists. So I'm looking at the article right now.
They know it's a movie, right? And it's literally not real.
No, they don't. Anything and everything is an ist and an obia. You can't get away from it with the culture wars that are going on right now. Sorry, I'm clapping back. You're the counterculture. You are now conservatism is now the counterculture. But let me tell you this, there's more of you than there are of them. They have you believing that it's the other way around, but I don't believe it. In my heart of hearts and my soul, I don't believe it for 1 second. And if there's one thing that we learned from the former president of the United States, the rallies, the election, the hoaxes, the impeachments, and everything else, It's this. Again, like I said on Friday, that the culture war is the big tent. That the more you push against this and people that talk about Star Wars being white supremacist and things like this, and two national anthems and the like, and the more you push back against that, the bigger the tent will be. Because more people agree with you on this than don't. That's where they need to be. All right, before we go to break, I'll take this call. Why not? Let's see what Scott is in Naples, and Scott wanted to weigh in on not only the Arizona audits, but some of the Trump rally. So here we go, Scott.
Hey, Drew. Yeah, real quick on the Trump rally, that kind of segues into the Arizona rally.
Yeah.
He said there at the rally, rather, that it was just a lie about the Arizona audits and finding 350 votes for Biden. But I find it curious as if we're patriotic and want to respect the flag in the country, how is it okay for an ex-president to be calling the current president an SOB? And it's also interesting that he's calling him an SOB for telling the truth about the amount of people that were not killed during the past some years. And he was saying that because he's like, you're stupid if that's against your interest to tell the truth, and called him an SOB. Mindset.
Hold on, Scott. You're going in a million different places at once. So hold on. Focus with me. Okay. Number one, start again. You said that the president said what about the current president? I mean, I know you don't like. Listen, and by the way, I get it. You don't like the language he uses. He cusses and all of that, and mean tweets. I get it. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
He said that Biden acknowledged that there were no deaths in Afghanistan, and he said everybody was telling him, "You're a stupid SOB for doing that. You don't admit something that's against your interest." Like he's just admitting the truth. Why would Trump think that people are SOBs and stupid for telling the truth?
You're talking about the fact that 13 about the 13 Americans that died, and after the fact, he was saying that nobody did.
No. Trump has said that Biden acknowledged that there were no deaths in Afghanistan leading up to.
Well, I'll tell you what. What we'll do is I'll play the audio back after the break, and we'll listen for ourselves and see exactly what he said. And quickly, you had one other thing, and I'm looking at the time, and boy, Jake is mad at me. Quickly, go ahead. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about with the audits?
Oh, the audits. There's answers to lots of that stuff. The 23,000 votes that didn't have any addresses. That's because they were using a wrong data set. They were looking at just Republican people from the Republican Party over the last 14 years. They weren't looking at active voter rolls. There's answers to so many of these things, like those mysterious suitcases that came out in Georgia. Tons of officials looked over the entirety of that video. They weren't suspicious. They were there all along. They weren't suitcases. They were.
But you're jumping to the suitcases. But what about Arizona? Because I went through. Well, I tell you what. We unfortunately hold the line, Scott. Hold the line. I'm looking at the time. He's got a. Maybe it was a bad time to take Scott because Jake is screaming at me because we have to go to break. We got a lot of spots we got to play, and we got to get these done. So stand by, Scott. We'll come back to you after the break. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
100% organic food and thoughts.
We live in a fast-paced, fast food world. Meanwhile, people have gotten sicker. We've lost our connection to the earth, to our food and where it comes from. Food and Thought in Naples is an oasis where people can reconnect to their food and where it comes from. It's not just a grocery store, it's a lifestyle.
100% organic food and thought.
Stuffy mornings and sleepless nights. The air in your home might be to blame. AC by Florida Comfort Systems makes your indoor air perfect with reliable Lennox products. AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
This week at Rockstar Harley, buy any pre-owned Harley and get a $1,500 gift card. Finance specialists on site to get you approved of any pre-owned Harley at Motown and Motor City Harley now through Sunday. At Rockstar Harley now through Sunday. Cannot be used for the purchase of a new Harley motorcycle.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Debate starts today with a vote in the House set for Thursday on a bipartisan infrastructure spending plan. Dozens of progressive Democrats say they'll oppose it unless there's a vote first on the party's larger social and environmental spending bill. Details of that still have to be worked out, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tells ABC's This Week,
I'm never bringing a bill to the floor that doesn't have the votes.
She won't have any Republican votes because this is essentially giving away the future of this country.
That's North Carolina Republican Greg Murphy on Fox and Friends First. Congress also has to approve spending to avoid a partial government shutdown starting Friday. And Congress has to raise or suspend the debt ceiling to avoid the nation possibly defaulting on debt sometime next month. What's become a powerful hurricane is moving over the Atlantic.
Hurricane Sam strengthened to a Cat 4 over the weekend. That will continue to move north. So far, Sam is forecast to stay away from the U.S. Bermuda will have to watch the track of the system over the next few days.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now on Daniels Parkway at Treeline Avenue South. Seeing some delays at the intersection just east of I-75. Another crash we're watching in North Fort Myers on 41 at Stockton Street southbound on the highway there, causing some delays. Bonita Springs, you got a crash at Stillwell Parkway and Strike Lane. No problems up and down I-75 across the area. And we're incident-free right now throughout Charlotte County. Collier County just dealing with a crash heading through Airport Road, north of Pine Ridge Road, southbound seeing some delays, and a disabled vehicle at Rattlesnake Hammock Road and Grand Lily Drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day that we finally should start to feel some drier air move back in, leaving us a bit less humid today and also completely dry. We take out that rain chance for today with just a mixture of sun and clouds and temperatures back into the lower 90s. As we head into tonight, we remain quiet. Temperatures cooling into the upper 60s for some of our inland zones. Look for a low near about 70 degrees for our coastal areas. A few clouds, but another dry day for your Tuesday and a high near 90 degrees. Wednesday, another dry day with a mix of sun and clouds and another high near 90 degrees with a low waking up near 70. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel Feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato's sports page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. Bro, I love this song. Me too. It's the perfect soundtrack for picking out Winn-Dixie's guaranteed fresh produce. So refreshingly fresh. Know what else is music to my ears? What's that, my Winn-loving twin? Opening up my app to see we've earned so many points. That all the groceries in our cart are free. Winn-Dixie has the best quality and winning rewards. I love the sound of that. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Terms apply. See store WinDixie.com for details.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade. Plus, during truck month, receive a $1,000 accessory cash allowance with your new truck. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All rebates to dealer offers do not combine. $1,000 cash accessory is for GM parts only. Expires 9/30/21.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management.
Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website Steele has 3 E's. All right, let's do this. Top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5 at 8:35. Number 5.
If we have 2 anthems, why not 3 or 5? Why not a woman's anthem, a Latino anthem, a gay, trans, indigenous peoples, and Asian Pacific Islander anthem? Because I'm not dealing with you, I'm not speaking to you, is not a way you can run a country. And most people of all backgrounds understand that already and don't even want to try to do it that way. I'm not out of step. Believing in separate but equal, that's out of step. By 67 years.
That's Bill Maher from yesterday talking about 2 national anthems at NFL games. You know, the questions I have, are you still supporting the NFL, and why are you doing that if they're pushing 2 national anthems and other things that are questionable with regard to what you feel? And like he's talking about, I would say that the majority of Americans have a problem with separating people this way. And that means that you're right and they're not.
Number 4.
But, Mr. Secretary, you also said that the images, quote, horrified us. How can DHS claim to have an independent investigation into these Border Patrol agents when the president says, quote, those people will pay, and you say the images horrified us?
Jake, I think it's quite clear that what the images suggest horrified the American public. That is quite different than learning what actually happened.
So you're saying that what they suggested were horrifying, but what the suggestion was made by people who were being disingenuous. They weren't really telling you the whole story. They weren't being truthful as to what those images were. They were using them as propaganda, and you fell for it. But now we have to get into an investigation at a time which the president of the United States is saying, oh, these people are going to pay. How does that work?
Number 3.
Is it transphobic to say only women have a cervix?
Well, it is something that shouldn't be said. It is not right. But, Andrew, I don't think that...
Okay, stop. That's a UK Labour leader right there, letting everybody know that it's not right to say that only women have a cervix. And, that's just the way we've got to do this. And I guess the reasons why are strictly political, because scientifically people have questions. Lots of questions.
Number 2.
Hey, well, not a very good day for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was apparently in Northern Ireland. She was getting some kind of, an ambassadorship? She's an ambassador to the university there in Belfast and getting inaugurated with a big robe and everything else in Northern Ireland as she is a chancellor now of this school that's there. And as she was making her way to Queen's University in Belfast, she was being heckled, people calling her a war criminal and worse, and throwing things. Just not a good day. See, not even here, but even overseas, Hillary Clinton gets the same. She's not exactly loved there either, I guess.
Number 1.
We're going to fire your ultra-left-wing Senator Ralph Warnock and elect the great Herschel Walker to the United States Senate. And we're going to take back our country from these lunatics.
Sounding more and more like the former president of these United States is probably going to run once again in 24 in a big rally in Georgia right there.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
All right, and I want to make sure that I am fair with Scott. Scott's in Naples. He has a different thought, an opinion on a couple of things that have been happening in the news, so I wanted to bring Scott back in to be fair. You know, the idea of being fair with some of the comments that I've been making and he's been making, and so one of them was, let's go back to a little bit of what we were saying. Scott, you're still there, right?
Yes, awesome. Thanks for coming back.
Okay, great. So before you were talking about something that the former President Trump said at the rally about Biden. And what did you say that you thought that he said?
It seemed like the sound clip was that you were making the statement that there were no deaths under Trump's administration in Afghanistan. And Biden admitted that was true. And then he was ridiculed for that, saying what stupid SOB would say that. Trump was, saying that that's what his handlers were saying. What stupid SOB would admit to something that wasn't in his best interest.
Right. So let's just let's double check and make sure that's what was said. So we'll play the clip here.
Okay.
18 months we didn't have one soldier killed, and even Biden said that. It was a mistake. He said, well, I will say that no soldiers have been killed in 18 months, and his people are screaming at him, don't say that, you stupid son of a...
Okay, so that's what it was. Yeah. Right, so he was admitting to the fact that in 18 months there were no deaths, and the president was saying that his handlers were saying to Biden, oh, don't say that, because you're admitting something that that many people were talking about in 18 months. That it's really not a war if you haven't had a death in 18 months, because the Afghanistan war, quote unquote, really hasn't been a war for a very, very long time, if we're all going to be really honest about it. And that was part of it, plus the way that we left Afghanistan. That was the thinking.
You're getting off topic here, though. But he in Trump's imagination, he has no proof that any of his handlers said that. But Trump assumes, because of his own disposition, that if you admit the truth, that's all Biden did was admit the truth.
Is that okay? Right. So
there was no deaths. So why are you a stupid SOB for being honest? I thought that would be something that we hope our politicians are.
Well, first of all, if he was being tongue-in-cheek, and he was being tongue-in-cheek about the fact that his handlers were screaming at him not to say that, which I can imagine that, there are people that could imagine that they would be saying that to him. Well, again, I think
this is Trump's disposition. Trump has never.
Right, I've already established that with you, Scott. We've already established that with you, that you definitely are not a big fan of the president, whether it's mean tweets or the way he speaks. By the way, I never asked you this. Are you a Democrat? Have you voted Democrat? Are you Republican? Or who did you vote for?
I am a registered independent since the first day I could vote. I voted for Ross Perot twice. I voted for Ron Paul twice, even though he didn't run twice. Yeah. And I have only voted for one. I voted for George W. Bush, for goodness sake. I've only voted for one Democrat my entire life.
So did you vote for Hillary Clinton?
I voted for Byron Donalds as well.
Did you vote for Hillary Clinton?
Of course not.
Oh, you voted for Trump?
No, I did not.
Okay. You voted for a different candidate. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, I get it.
For somebody I don't agree with.
Got it. What is that? Well, this is an interesting part, and we'll talk more about what you want to talk about as well. But this is a very fascinating thing to me. When you say you're an independent, what does that mean?
That means I don't truly align with either of the parties. I think they come together in ways that I disagree with when it comes to corporate interests, and I think they spew away too far from each other on areas I don't agree with either. Okay. So I couldn't align myself.
I respect that. I respect that. I have no problem with you not aligning with the party. So what's your ideology then? What do you align with? Describe what you align with ideologically speaking.
I don't know. That's kind of a big, vague question a little bit.
It is? All right. Well, how about the culture? How about culture? How about the culture, like the cultural issues that we have right now?
Is that the biggest issue? I mean,
I think it's huge. Absolutely. I think it's huge. I think that the future of the country depends on where the culture is heading. Do you think we should defund police departments?
Okay. Well, real quick, I guess my ideology would be that I feel that primarily big money corporate interests have taken over a lot of the way the government works. And I feel that taking money out of politics is the first thing we have to do in order to get anywhere. So that's my main concern. Secondly, no, I don't think we should just defund the police. No. But also when it comes to some of these culture wars that you talk about, I think a lot of them are passing, not quite as systematically entrenched as you would make it.
Really, you don't think the culture wars that are happening in our schools, in our colleges, the things that we describe almost daily, you don't think that that's really that big a deal? It's really not happening? I mean,
no, there's certain things happening, but sometimes the way it's portrayed, and that's one of my problems. I've listened to this radio station since 1980, man, believe it or not.
Okay.
And you just ask questions, but don't give people the answers. And when they look for their own answers, when you'll see some of these people at the school meetings, wait, I'm tying this in. They will be at the school meetings yelling about demons and that the school board is Marxist and socialist, and that's losing the conversation. That's a culture war in and of itself.
Well, but we're not getting to the core. Like you don't like the fact that you feel that maybe there are some people that are not artful, that are not artful in their speech and direction when it comes to sitting to a microphone, and they get very upset and passionate, and they say some things that maybe you don't agree with, or maybe they say things that get off track, or maybe they say things that aren't necessarily paramount to what the discussion is because of the passion that they have. But certainly the idea that the school board or issues that are happening when it comes to critical race theory, as we've described and talked about numerous occasions and brought it forward as to what it is and is not. This idea that we are all now not having to worry about what the Constitution says or follow it because it was founded by a nation that was founded in racism, and that these are the things that our kids are being taught. You don't think that that's true? You don't think that that's true?
No, I don't think that's the correct framing. I don't think that people are saying that we should not abide by our Constitution.
No, they actually are. That's exactly the leadership, the ones that have moved forward with critical race theory and are bringing it to our schools. The foundational theory behind what they are talking about, if you've actually researched it, the actual foundation of what they are saying, well, then you haven't, because that's exactly what they're saying. The whole impetus to all of this is that a racist country, a country that has been founded on racism, don't you know what the 1619 Project is?
Yes.
Well, if you know what the 1619 Project is, Scott, then you know full well that that's what that's all about. The whole idea that the country was founded, that we brought racism here, that it's because of racism that this country exists. It is racism that was that founded the country. The ones, our founding fathers, were racist, and so why would we follow a constitution that was written by racists? That's fundamentally what it is about. There's no taking away from that. That is fundamentally what it is.
No, they are not saying, therefore, we shouldn't follow the Constitution.
Oh, yes, they are. They are specifically saying that, Scott. They are specifically saying it.
Maybe there's a couple amendments that they're wanting to make, but they're also not saying that, or they are saying that this nation was built to a certain extent on slavery. And that when they talk about systematic things, when you say systematic, it's not crazy as it sounds, that there were laws that put in place that there's still repercussions of now that we don't even think about as such. It's not a racist person now doing something because they hate a person of color. It's just there's different laws and different repercussions of redlining, all of that stuff that is very real that we should at least be able to discuss. They're not.
You still think that there's when it comes to redlining, you think that we haven't gone anywhere when it comes to redlining and moving forward in the country? Okay. Yeah, because I think that, and certainly, and I've got to run right now, Scott, but I enjoyed the time we had together. And please call anytime you want, because I think it's important that we talk about these things. And as I've been talking about, and thanks for the call, on this program, and as I'm trying to present the evidence, it seems as if oftentimes that if I present the evidence, if we present people that will present evidence of those, for example, with critical race theory and fundamentally what they believe, and some people just don't want to believe that that is what's happening, then they're willing to dismiss the words that are coming out of their mouths. I mean, it's like when we go to the Black Lives Matter issue and the issue of Marxism and how we've had it come out of their mouths about their ideology being Marxist, but yet somehow when we talk about Black Lives Matter, we're going to dismiss that. Like that never happened. Like that's not what they are, and that's not what they're about. And Marxism has nothing to do, even though the people have admitted it themselves. The Colors and others have mentioned the fact that in leadership that they are Marxists, that they have said this themselves. And somehow we're supposed to dismiss that as if they didn't, but they did. And that's the same lines that I feel sometimes happens with this issue of critical race theory, whether it's the issue of gender, the issue of a lot of different things that are going on. Like how I guess if I played audio of somebody specifically saying, I was just looking at some audio this morning, and the 1619 Project. It was, oh gosh, now I'm looking at the time and I don't have enough time to pull this up, of course. But the 1619 Project was being discussed over the weekend. It was Brian Stelter who was talking about it this weekend. And if even from their mouths themselves, if they talked about this, would that be enough for you? And I would say for many people, it's not. Even if they heard them say that we believe that institutionally this country is racist and every institution has to be torn down because our founders were racist and you can't follow a constitution that was created by racists. I'm saying it now, but if somebody were to say that specifically, and they have, and I played the audio, would Scott and Naples and others who are listening say, oh, well, I think my mind's changed? Or they say, no, that's not what they meant. They didn't mean that at all. That's what we're doing. That's what's happening. That even when somebody says it, it's not enough for the left because they want what they want. And they want you to believe that that's not what's happening. And either they're not paying attention or they just don't want to believe it in their hearts of heart. It's like when you hear Dr. Fauci and saying, with gain of function, we never paid for anything like that when it comes to the Wuhan Institute. And then you find out that they did. But, really what it is Dr. Fauci saying that all scientists, they believe in science, and together we're going to do this together, until you come to find out that the scientists in Wuhan are being watched over by and controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, who do not have the same values that you do when it comes to science. Quite the contrary. But we move on from that. I don't know if any of that made sense. I hope so. All right, we got to go. Music's playing. Casey Sherman, let's find out what's happening with the rest of the forecast.
Well, happy Monday, Southwest Florida. Today's the day we've been waiting for. Some drier air moves back in, leaving us a bit less humid today, though still warm with the high of 91 degrees, and also dry, a mix of some sun and clouds throughout the day. We keep it dry as we enter your Monday evening and overnight. Tuesday, another dry day featuring just a few clouds and a high of 90 degrees, but overall more comfortable conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport.